up, YouTube? It's your girl Melissa coming back at you with another product review. Today's video is going to get a little personal as the product that I am bringing to today's video is deeply personal to me. In the beginning of 2021, I had what felt like a cascade of very high stress situations touch my life. A lot of the things that were happening to me were completely out of my control. Some of the things that were happening weren't even happening to me. They were just affecting me. Regardless of that, what I found was that I began to start to feel physically ill. So some of you guys may have watched my COVID test video. I took that test because I thought that there was a chance that I had contracted COVID because COVID has such a huge range of symptoms, and at the time I was experiencing shortness of breath. I had started to develop a cough, but it was more of like this asthmatic cough. I had dizziness, disorientation, a lack of concentration. I had a high heart rate even with inactivity or low activity, and the shortness of breath was really scary. The dizziness, I can't tell you how terrified I was that I was sick. I took a leave of absence from work because I was having difficulty maintaining my composure and holding my life together. I was terrified that there was something serious medically wrong with me, and I was not able to focus on my job. And it was very difficult because I had a leave of absence last year after a serious car accident. And so there's just a lot of stress in my life, and I knew that I needed to rule out that there was something medically wrong with me. Obviously, the first step that I took was testing for COVID, and that was negative. Following that, I had an x-ray on my chest. I had several tests done, blood work, cardio stress test, several things to rule out that there was nothing physically, medically wrong with me. To this point, I'm happy to report that I have not found anything medically that I need to be concerned with for my body. There is one test that's a little uncertain, and I'm, following up with that, but it is unrelated to the symptoms that I was having. So all is well there. But what that means is that what I was experiencing, this dizziness, this shortness of breath, accelerated heart rate, confusion, disorientation, all of those things were me having anxiety attacks. And in the past, I have had, a couple minor incidences of anxiety attacks. You get a little flustered, you sort of hyperventilate a little. I had never experienced anything like this in my life. So it was really scary. Knowing now that medically I'm okay, I'm healthy, my heart is okay, I have good lungs, I don't have COVID. Now that I know all of those things, it's great, but it means that my mental health was manifesting those physical conditions. And that is super serious. That is insane that my mind could create what was happening to me. Nobody will really know what it was like to go through what I went through the beginning of this year, but it was extremely scary, especially because seeking medical treatment at a time like this doesn't feel safe. But that brings me to two things. So the first thing, as soon as I found out that there was a possibility that it was not my physical health and that it might be my mental health, I sought out a therapist. And that was the first time in my life that I had made that decision and stuck with it. In the past, I would say that I was going to do it. I said I would go, and I had some phone conversations with a few people, but I never actually committed to it. This time I stuck with it. I've been seeing a therapist now since the middle of January, and it has made a tremendous difference in my mental health and now my physical health because I'm able to manage my anxiety better. The second thing is this beautiful necklace from Komuso, and that's actually why we're here today. So when the internet hears your conversations and then all of a sudden, out of the clear blue, they start suggesting products to you that you might find useful? Well, that happened, and I'm okay with it because it brought me my Shift by Komuso. So the Shift is this piece here that's attached to the chain, and it is made by Komuso. And Komuso is actually inspired by 17th century Komuso monks in Japan. It is a product that actually calms your central nervous system, slows your heart rate, reduces cortisol, and relaxes your mind and body. And you're probably thinking, like I was, how in the world does a necklace do that? It does that in two ways. The first is the actual physical capabilities of it. So if you can see the end of this, it almost looks like a whistle. If you are using your Komuso, you simply inhale through your nose and then exhale for 8 to 10 seconds, breathing your exhale through this entryway. This is actually designed to give you the perfect exhale. Something a lot of people don't know, and one of the reasons why, like, anytime anyone's panicking or freaking out, people are like, just breathe, right? The reason that is a lot of people don't know how to breathe properly. They can breathe in and they can take a deep breath, but they can't exhale properly, where they actually remove all of the air out of their belly. So what the Shift does is it actually helps you to do that effectively. So you're supposed to do it at least 5 times. Anytime that you feel maybe you're getting a little anxious, your mind is wandering, you start to panic, that is when you want to use this. And you can use it just as a part of your daily practice, meditation, but in a situation where maybe you need to calm down, this is a really great remedy. So you would simply, breathe through your nose. And when you do that, you should literally be pinching your belly, trying to get every little bit of air out of the hollows of your belly, because that is what's really truly going to relax your body, your mind, calm your central nervous system, slow your heart rate, and help you to feel better in moments of anxiety. Again, you would do that at least 5 times. Some people do it 8, 10 times, as much as you need. The other way that the Shift helps to calm you and to relax you and help you to stay grounded in the moment is just a simple reminder by you wearing it that is your objective. To live in the moment and to not be in the future or to live in the past. All of those things cause anxiety, and if you're not living in the moment right now, you are bound to stress, you're bound to worry, and that is really, really bad for your mental health. It is bad for your heart. It is bad for your organs. Stress and high levels of cortisol have been known to shorten people's lifespans. The Shift, while it is not something that is just magic, it really does help. And I was very, very skeptical, but I was desperate because I was going through a lot. And when I saw the advertisement on Instagram, I knew that I had to have it because I was willing to try anything, do anything to feel better. So between, seeing a mental health professional and wearing my Shift by Komuso on a regular basis, sometimes I forget and I always feel naked without it. Between those two things, I do feel like I am in a better place. I feel a lot more centered. I feel a lot more present. I worry a lot less. I'm not completely cured of my anxiety, but it definitely helps to remind me that I shouldn't worry because I can't control it, or I shouldn't worry because it's unknown and I have no idea what's going to come of a situation, and there's no reason to stress and create all of these scenarios in my head and then solutions for those scenarios when it hasn't even happened yet. So this is the women's Komuso Shift, and this is just the standard gold with the gold chain. You can kind of see what that looks like. I will get some close-ups of the product in a little bit as well. On the front of the Shift, you'll actually see an inscription, and that is Japanese for calm. I apologize, my allergies are really crazy today. So you know that I love a product with a good mission. Komuso was founded in 2017. The founders at the time were living extremely hectic and stressful lives, and like a lot of us, they were working really fast-paced careers and high-stress jobs. In 2017, they both quit their jobs to launch this company, and their mission is literally just to help people. They want for people to live better lives, to have less stress, to have less anxiety. So out of the stress that they had, they wanted to bring something to the masses that could help to control anxiety and high levels of stress so that they could live healthier lives. So when you receive your Komuso in the mail, it is inside of a box that looks like this. And when you open it up, your Komuso Shift, so the piece at the end of the chain, is actually inside of this nice little like felt container, and then your chain is wrapped simply around this piece of paper. You put the two together, so this swivel bail makes it so that the product moves easily if you need to get it to your lips, so that's kind of nice. I also purchased the box chain, so I had the signature chain that came with it, and then I also purchased the box style chain, and I will show close-ups of all of the product. But I just did this because I was nervous that the traditional chain would be a little too dainty for my lifestyle. I was worried it would get broken or get caught on something. So far so good, but I have the box chain just in case. The Shift is made with high grade 316 stainless steel, and because of that and the way that they make it, even the metals such as the gold or the rose gold or that like slate gray that they have will not tarnish. So that is a really big benefit, and that is for the Shift itself as well as the chains that you receive. So obviously you want to treat it like any jewelry that you want to take care of. You know, I don't shower with my Shift on, and I avoid, you know, different chemicals, perfumes, and lotions like normal. But it can get wet, you know, if it happens, and you know, you can sweat with it, work out with it, that's all fine. You just want to treat it like any other high quality jewelry item that you own. So if you're anything like me, you are probably really skeptical of the product. And I totally understand, and I can relate completely because I felt the exact same way. After doing a little bit of research and checking out their website and reading some of their reviews, as well as reviews on other sites, the company has very good backing. They are endorsed by over 80 psychotherapists nationwide. Their product is really truly backed by science. They've come recommended by sources such as Healthline, Harvard Health Publishing, University of California, Berkeley, and the Scientific American. So these are doctors and medical professionals that are backing this product, saying that they can see the value in it and they can see why it's effective. And after using it for the last 2 months, I can agree that it definitely does help. It is not the solution, it is not the only solution. I want to make it very clear that I know that a lot of the reason why I am feeling better is because I have seeked out a therapist and I am doing the work. No jewelry item that you buy on the market, regardless of the expense that you incur by obtaining it, is going to magically solve problems. I had a lifetime of traumatic events to unpack. I also know that my life is stressful. I am a multi-business owner. I work a regular job. I had a sick kitty cat for a while there, some family problems, and life just gets hard. And I just am here to tell you that you're not alone. If anybody that is watching this video can relate and ever needs to talk, I am here for you as an open outlet. Guys, I want to normalize talking about mental health. I think that it is super, super important for people to be open about what they're going through. You know, you don't have to tell everybody every traumatic event that ever happened in your life, but if you are going through something, you do not have to go through it alone. There are resources and there are places where you can seek out help, and some of those resources are 100% free. I will link some of those in the description below so that you have them in case anybody that is watching this video feels that they need to seek help. I don't want anybody to ever feel like they have to go through this alone. Anxiety can be debilitating, and the stresses of life can get very, very heavy. And I don't want anybody to feel that they have to bear that burden and pull up their bootstraps and pretend it's not happening and carry on through their life and work their job and take care of all of their responsibilities. Not everybody has the luxury of not going to work, but everybody is human. Guys, if you liked today's video, go ahead and hit that like button for me. And if anybody would like to comment or share their stories or any of their practices that they use to help to ground themselves, to calm them when they are having stress and anxiety, I'm open to any new suggestions. These are just 2 things that I have started. I used to do yoga and I have fell away from my practice after my car accident. So if anybody has any suggestions for ways that I or anybody watching can de-stress and, you know, meditate or do something different in their lives, you know, gratitude practices, go ahead and put those in the comments. I would love to hear from anybody who has found a way to de-stress. If you are new to my channel and you have not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you can get alerts to the latest and greatest from me. It has been so amazing being here. Thank you for listening and letting me share my journey with you. Thank you for allowing me to be vulnerable. I know that this video was a little heavier than my previous videos, but I hope that the Komuso Shift helps somebody out there listening today, because it has made a really big difference for me and I really love it. And I hope that if anybody out there is in the same position, that it helps them as well. This is not an easy topic to talk about, but I want to normalize mental health conversations because it is real. And with everything that all of us have been through over the last year, I strongly feel that it is not talked about enough, and I would like to change that.